Yes, people, welcome back to the GraphKings podcast. We're in Kent's hottest nightclub, Moo Moo's, and today our special guest is Gabby Howell. Gabby, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, so I'm Gabby. I am 23 years old. I play football and have social media following.
How did you get your social media following?
Because
Because it's not every day you see a female footballer have a large following. And are you verified?
yeah.
Verified, okay, cool. And how did that all come about?
I always kind of had a following, and then come to lockdown, I was like, okay, I'm going to start building it.
Yeah.
At that point, my football photos done no good. It was more my selfies.
Okay.
And then I had like 200 followers on Twitter, just Sutton United people. I posted a photo, woke up the morning, and I had like 4,000 likes, and it was going off. And then
What team, sorry, was it you played for?
Sutton United.
Sutton United, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Up Sutton,
Up the Sutton, right, okay.
Are you in the starting 11
of course.
on the bench?
Course. No, starting 11, normally 90 minutes every game.
What position are you?
Right back.
Right
But
back.
I've played more or less every position for Sutton.
Yeah.
So they just stuck me right back in the changing room.
Did you always start at that position, or was it like a progressive thing that you kind of like found yourself going
What,
into?
at Sutton or in
No,
Tyne?
like in terms of like your position on the pitch.
I've always been centre midfield.
Yeah.
My brother was a centre midfielder, so I looked up to him. And then I went to Sutton, played centre midfield, and then they didn't have a right back for a game. They said, Gabby, can you do a job there? We won the game 7-0 against Brentford.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, you played so well, we're going to keep you there. So then at the end of the season, I got annoyed about that. So I was like, I want to play in the midfield. Got put back midfield. Then I said I want to play attacking free. So I got put in the attacking free. And then I moved back to right wing back, left centre back, right centre back, and now back to right back.
And what is your favourite position on the field?
Oh, you're going to cause dramas if I answer that. I would say my preferred is centre mid.
Centre mid, okay.
But I understand being right back because I have like a long throw. So obviously the right backs always take the throw. So it's like a set piece, my throw, because it's quite long.
Right.
So I have that, and then I'm mainly right-footed and I've got a good cross. So it makes sense for me being right back as well. But yeah, I would say I prefer midfield.
Right, okay. My friend's going to be watching this back on the thing again. This is like gibberish to me.
It's like you might as well be speaking Spanish.
Yeah, you might, because me myself, I know these two are ballers, but I have no I have interest in football, but I don't know a lot about the technicalities and stuff. So I know my boys have been watching this going, he ain't got a fucking clue what she's talking about.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, like, another big thing as well, for those who don't know, you are the first female on the pod.
Yes.
So it is a big deal for us.
It is, yeah.
And this is your first pod, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Love that.
it's the first pod. I love that. So first female in your first pod, and we wanted to break up the dynamic a bit. We've had loads of male guests on so far, which has been great. We've loved every single one of them on here, but we know that there's certain subjects we can't cover without having a female present. And I feel like you're a very strong female character with what you do in your field. So it just seemed appropriate to have you on.
Thank you.
No worries at all. And how do you two know each other?
Social media, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Social media,
It
Yeah.
was like a random one. We followed each other on Twitter. We're saying this on the way down there. And
I thought
randomly-
you were quite funny on Twitter.
Yeah, back in the day when like everything was a bit more like you could say what you wanted.
Well, you can now with Elon.
Yeah, but like for a little while you couldn't. I just used to tweet a lot of funny stuff. And I think that's how we come across each other. Just like would just rip the piss out of people pretty much on Twitter.
Oh, right.
And like it'd just be like shit that you wouldn't say now, basically.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So
when the
and
world
then-
wasn't so PC.
Yeah, pretty much that. And then one day I think I
It's
just woke up.
PG, isn't it? Not PC.
Politically correct, PC.
Oh.
PG, PG's,
You are right, though, yeah.
PG's right,
PG,
yeah.
yeah, you are
PG's,
right as well.
you are right as well, yeah. But PC, politically correct, like, you can't say certain things without people getting offended and crying anymore.
Learn something new every day.
All right, so are you not PC then, no? You're quite off the cuff.
Well, I would say, yeah, I can't ever hide what I actually want to say, so
That's
I just
good.
always end up saying it.
That's good.
But I've never gotten myself in a situation that I've offended someone.
Until now.
Maybe.
Until this pod. No, we'll keep it all good. So football, let's go back to that. You said you went on Twitter one day and you posted something and the likes just
Yeah.
started going up. What caused that to kind of happen?
I don't have a clue. I don't, and
Why are you laughing? Yeah.
he probably liked it and
Yeah,
retweeted
it's probably,
it.
you probably contributed
I
towards
was
it.
there like
Was it a factor of things or was it...
No, I literally was played pre-season. It's a picture of me holding a bottle, smiling.
Right.
And normally I average on like 12 likes on Twitter, and it really annoyed me because they always say if you've got good following on Twitter, you've got good personality.
Right, okay.
And I always had a low following on Twitter. But no, so I posted it, woke up in the morning, had like 4,000 likes and all these comments, but I actually was going to delete it because it was like, horny police, I'll do her. And
That was Merc. That was Merc.
on his burner account.
Just to clarify, that was not me.
He's gone back and deleted them all.
Yeah.
No, but my club were tagged, and at the time my manager was running the Sutton account, and I was mortified. So I was like, I'll delete it. He was like, no, don't delete it.
It's good
And then
publicity. Yeah.
It got like 8,000 likes, I think, in total. But back then, obviously,
Big,
big for me. And then there was a comment on it that then ended up going viral.
All right, what was the comment?
So to this day, I get mocked for this at football. Someone commented, what league are you in? And someone else commented, out of yours.
Oh, wow.
And it
Fair
got
play.
That's decent.
It got put on like I'm just news and everything like that, and then from that my following got bigger on Twitter.
Okay.
Anytime I posted a football photo, it was doing like really well.
Yeah.
And then that built my Instagram.
Right.
And yeah, it just all sort of, and then I done a TikTok as well that got like 1.7 million views,
Wow.
and then that grew my TikTok, and then yeah, all of a sudden I've
What's
got...
your socials like in comparison to your teammates? And is it like the same, or are some of them a bit more or less?
No, it's not the same. I do have more, but there's girls who have got good following at football as well. Like, it's not just me. My best mate at football, Darcy, she's got a good following. And if we go out in Sutton and we've got our kit on, we always get, oh, do you play for Sutton United? And as a joke, I always tell them that I scored like a hat-trick. And they fully believe me. I'm like, yeah, I just scored a hat-trick, 1-10-0. And they're like, shut up. And I'm like, yeah, I did, yeah.
Sign me top. Oh, that's Dior, mate. I can't do that one.
Go on. I was going to say,
do you reckon like social media has impacted your football in like a positive way? Like, has it helped in your career in like certain aspects?
Yes and no. So I get free boots.
That's pretty sick.
Free Under Armour.
Nice.
So there's that side to it, which was very helpful because obviously boots are quite expensive. But there is negative side, of course, because obviously like social media, you always get negative side. And I think my dad always says I'm a confidence player. So if I'm feeling like I'm having a bad game and go on social media and post a photo of me playing football and someone goes, oh, you're only being chosen because you're following, or you're narcissistic, you're egotistical. In my head, that would impact me badly, and I'll go into training with a mindset of I don't belong there.
The negative mindset.
Yeah, and there's only been one time where I've actually texted my manager and said, am I here because I deserve to be here?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, my manager's got no idea how to use social media as well.
He doesn't know you
So
exist
he
on
has
it.
no
Yeah.
idea.
Fair play to you asking that question, though. I
But-
think a lot of people would 100% avoid that. Like, that's a very difficult question to ask because you don't know what the answer is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, that answer could have come back in a way of, you read it in sarcastically, do you know what I mean? You might have thought, well, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And to be fair, like as I said, he's got no idea, but I shouldn't ever feel like I needed to prove that because I know I'm a good player.
Yeah.
I'm not blinded to that. But when you get loads of people commenting, the only reason you're there is because of this reason and so forth, you do then start to doubt yourself. As much I could be the strongest person in the world, but you just doubt
It's gonna
yourself.
get in your head event, like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
especially when you have a bad game. That's when it affects you the worst.
You start
Is
questioning.
it wise then, do you think, why don't you just ignore them? Why read them?
Sometimes I don't even intend. I don't actually go on my post and read the
Fair
comments. I'll go on my phone and just look at my most recent Insta,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I see it.
Might see like one just pop
Yeah,
okay,
and then
fine.
I'm like, and to be fair, I love it because there's people that stick up for me that I don't even know. So
Nice,
like,
yeah.
girls and boys will respond to the one comment that's horrible, and then again because it's coming up quite a lot, then I see it even more. So
Sure.
it just crops up, and then you end up reading it. But
Well, people are trolls. We know that, don't we, boys?
Oh yeah, wow.
Have you had any?
Oh yeah, we've had
Yeah,
loads.
of course.
Should have seen that TikTok that blew up.
Oh,
What was
wow.
Oh
it
my
like?
god. I was cracking up like replying to some of them comments. Like, I was
Like,
cracking
we all
up.
said in the chat, don't reply to him. Mason's like, I don't give a fuck, I'm replying to them. You just giving him shit back all day.
Quite funny though,
It was
isn't
quite
it?
funny.
It's so funny,
Couldn't
isn't
give a
it?
shit.
No, but these-
I give it back sometimes.
Yeah, do it. Why not?
I never used to, but I just got to a point where I was like, why am I sitting like I'm going to make a joke out of it? So I
Yeah.
always
got to,
try.
yeah, you
You
gotta
create
so
that thick skin though, don't you? Like,
Yeah, we'll
eventually.
create a thick skin. Like, to be fair, like you are still quite young as well, at 23. So
Oh, is that what you are? 23, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
You
do you know
come
what I
across a lot more older.
Yeah, you hold
In a
yourself
good
well.
way.
is it the brown hair? I always get told that I
you
look
look
more
younger
mature
when
with
you're
brown.
Yeah, it might be the brown hair. Yeah, I'm not sure. You just hold yourself really well, like
Yeah, you do.
like an adult. So
Thank you.
yeah, it does. It does hurt a lot more when you're younger. I think it's like you grow through that, don't you? You build up resilience through all the negative comments on social media, and I've been a victim of it. I think we're all starting to see a victim of it now. But our stuff's not that personal, though, is it? It's
No,
just like
no,
they don't
it's
know
just
who we
silly
are.
stuff, yeah.
They're just saying silly stuff. So I can understand you if you're doing it for your career. It's a bit more targeted.
it's almost like a
Do
living.
you know? Do you know what I've always said with social media is you don't see it in real life. That you don't walk past
Yeah,
a
of
shop
course.
and not like something in the mirror and go into the shop and go, "Excuse me, that's horrible." you just
very
walk
true.
on.
Yeah.
Do you
But
know
on
why that- do you
social
know why that
media,
is,
you
though?
just write it.
That's because there's on the other side of a screen, there's no repercussions. If you say to someone in the street that I think you're shit at playing football or something like that, or they say 9 times out of 10 you're going to get a smack in the mouth, aren't
Yeah.
you? Really? Do you know what I mean? So that's why people don't do it, and people that's why, I mean, there's not a massive age gap between you and us, but that is definitely a different generation because like when you started school, we were leaving school, so that is a big difference. I think your young age, that young age group has properly grown up in social media from a really
We didn't have
young
Instagram
age.
at school.
No, we didn't. No.
No.
Instagram started when I was in year 7.
Oh,
go.
wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do we have? Facebook at the time.
Bebo.
Oh, I did use Facebook and MSN.
Facebook.
I
Yeah.
loved
Yeah,
MSN.
just-
You had MSN?
I had
MSN.
MSN. I had MSN. Bam, it's Gabby.
Oh yeah, you remember it?
Yeah.
Well, mine was, I'm not gonna say mine. Mine's, I'm not gonna say mine. No, I'm not gonna back myself up like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you could send people nudges when they weren't
Oh,
replying.
that is
Just
bad.
nudges, mate.
that's the equivalent of now, like double texting, is it? Nudging.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it is nudging. That's what you're saying. Just double. I wouldn't dream of nudging someone nowadays. Look at this
Oh, I
begging
will.
my DMs, nudging me.
I'll double text you though. Like,
Would you?
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
Not double text, but I'll send something. Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes
if I
it's
want to,
alright.
I don't give a fuck.
No,
I think it depends, doesn't it, on who it is and the
dead that.
conversation.
No way.
No, not like that. Not trying to
can
like,
save it
not if
sometimes.
someone's ignoring you, not like that.
Yeah.
But like, I can't need to think of a good example now.
Okay.
Just someone who's not maybe replied for X amount of time.
Yeah,
Where the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
are
yeah.
you? You've gone missing or
No,
something.
but I'm not talking
like
about blokes. I'm talking about females. If you're on a chat of females, are you going to start double texting
I've
them?
saved a couple like that though.
If I'm aired, that's it. I'm done. Gone.
Yeah,
See you
same.
later.
Yeah, same. That's it means I hold my pride.
Oh, I do now. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Oh, there you go. You just said you double text.
No, I don't know actually. No, I don't know.
No,
Actually.
don't backtrack now,
double
bro.
text.
Don't
but,
back
like-
chat, mate.
All right. Okay. No. For example, I won't say her name now.
Please
but-
respond, please.
No, but if I've been talking to someone, if I've been on and off with someone for a little while, like I'm really bad at replying on my phone. So if I might go a few days or whatever, and whoever I've spoke to, they know that about me. Usually, I'm texting you boys all the time, and then for example, I won't say her name, but I spoke to her for about a week, and I was like, she hadn't texted me back for about a week. So I sent her something, and then she told me she's I'm on holiday, sort of thing. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then we just start chatting. She showed me photos of a holiday, so. Something like that. That's
not deep.
calm.
That's
Like,
not
do you know what I
deep.
mean? That's
You're deep in it too much.
Yeah,
you're
man, fuck
thinking
me.
you're
You
being
just fully pride a
ignored.
little
Right,
bit, boys.
Gary, what do you
It's
think?
desperate.
That's exactly why we want a female's
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly. Yeah, go on.
Um,
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth as well.
So
The
say
whole
someone,
truth.
say someone's messaged you and you've kind of been like, see you later. And then they've messaged you again and again and again.
No, not again and again and again.
No. 'cause you've put,
A
no,
double
no, no,
text,
you've put-
double
A
text.
double text.
Not even because you've then said someone you're a little bit like, I want to see you later with.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
say you're speaking to someone and then, just text twice.
I don't know. I feel like you've got to go off the vibe. Like, I'm quite bad with my phone. So if I was texting the boy, but I was interested, and they re-text me, I'll be like, oh, like, he's interested. So it does actually spark a little bit of interest because you're like, he's wanting to try. If the chat went dead, then I would expect the boy to be the one that's double
Reinitiate.
texting and yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But at the
Come on.
same time, if I have ignored you or if I'm being blunt, because I'm quite a chatty
You read the
person.
room, yeah? You can read
Yeah,
the room.
read the
yeah,
room.
of
Some
course.
blokes don't know how to read
Don't
the
start
room. No,
pinging my
no,
phone
Then you
off.
reply back with ha ha, and it's like, so how's your day been?
Yeah, great, thanks.
Nice weather
Great,
today.
so what are you doing this evening? Fuck off, mate.
much.
Go away, yeah.
Not much. Okay. Well, do you want to do something? No.
Perfect. I'll catch up next week.
Can you think of any like cringy DMs you've got, or anything like that?
What is your DMs like?
Yeah, go on.
Well, your wife's in my DMs, baby.
I get the same chat up lines all
Go on,
the
I've got to
time.
hear him, please.
Can I guess one?
Go on.
Because I could see everyone smiling when I said earlier. Does anyone ask you what's your favourite position? Because of football.
I've had that a few times.
No one. That's
I
not
always
common
get,
one?
how are you not a goalkeeper? Because you're a keeper in my eyes.
Oh fuck!
yeah.
I wouldn't drop anything like that.
No, wow.
I always get, if I beat you at 2-touch, can I take you out?
bad.
If I beat you at 1-on-1, can I take you out?
That's not bad.
No, but I get them all the
Oh,
time.
right, same one. Right, okay,
I get them
fine.
all the time.
What's a crude one you've got? I'd like to take a shot on your goal or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. I would say something stupid.
No. Do you know?
Oh, that's awful, bro.
Fucking hell!
I don't know. I'd just say something stupid.
If you said that, I'll ignore you.
I'm like, please reply.
Boys, there you go. That's how you not to get a bird.
you
He'll double
unsend
text me
messages
going,
now.
I missed.
Oh,
Everyone's going to DM you now. What's your pod? Just
Yeah.
No, I don't know, like, without sounding up myself, I obviously get a lot of weird DMs.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, can I wear your used socks? Can I have a used shirt? All stuff like that. And then like a slide, and then just, oh, sorry, I slid into your DMs. There's like that video that's, if you like ladies football, clap your hands, something like that. I get sent that a lot.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Get sent
bad,
that.
Guys are funny.
And then I also,
They are creative.
I also get the, oh, it's going to sound horrible, but the cringy ones was like, I wouldn't normally do this.
Oh, come on, man.
But
The self-pity line.
Isn't it?
I think you are so amazing, and I would love to get to know you. I hope you want to get to know me. I know I'm not your usual type. And I'm like, how
that's
the
a bit
hell
too much.
do you know that you're not my usual type, for one? And how many other people you said, I don't normally do this?
Yeah, copy and
Do you know
paste.
what I mean?
Good in his notes. Like, what ones I used today?
Oh, boys, you need to work on your game. So, what's a good approach?
Yeah. What's something you've read and gone? That was good.
I just like simple. Like, what you saying?
Which saying?
Reply to a story works. Usually,
Yeah,
isn't it?
reply to a story.
That's always the way.
The best
you
way
do
to
it.
start talking
Yeah.
to someone.
I
Is
don't
can't
want.
go and try.
I don't really like the cringe. But actually, just remember the crude one. I have been asked for a few threesomes and got sent a video of
Oh, yeah,
a
tell
couple.
them the story. This story
Yeah.
is funny.
Boys, before she continues, can you
Sorry.
Can
They
you
missed
compose
that.
yourself?
I'm glad they missed that.
What's so funny?
Nothing.
No, what's it
That was
like?
another classroom
didn't
moment.
say
Don't
nothing
that.
bad.
No, it was just funny at the time.
Okay, let her tell a story.
Go for it.
Go on,
Go,
guys.
Gab. Sorry.
It's all right. Just don't do it again.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Right, so yeah, I got sent this video of this couple that were on a date, and I got tagged in the story, and he was posting photos of the girl, and then tagged me going, joking, this is my real girlfriend. So I was like, oh, I've got to look at this video. And she's going on about jaw filler, and he's like, I know that she said that you're jaw filler, but I don't care. I'll marry you tomorrow. And then she goes, can we have a threesome? He was like, can we have a threesome? He said, Gabby, if you want it just me and you, we can do that. And then the girlfriend's just laughing.
This
But,
is
yeah.
publicly on a public story.
They put one on a public story and then sent me a video separately asking for the threesome with the jaw. And then when I
Mad old world.
when I replied, the girlfriend tagged me on her story going, "We are obsessed with her. She's just replied."
Did you decline it?
What? No, I don't really respond, but I responded to that because it
Yeah.
really.
And said
It was
what?
the way he
Interested,
spoke.
yeah.
It really made me like. He was like, "I don't care. I'll marry you tomorrow," and his girlfriend's just sitting behind him.
What the fuck?
But I just replied, going, "This has made my day." And just sent laughing faces.
Oh, really? You should have done that. I bet they've been in your DMs pestering you ever since.
So once you open it, you can see it again. Once
Yeah,
someone
but it
messages
goes
you,
general.
Oh, does-
Okay.
oh,
Yeah,
got
so
it.
I can't see it. But
Okay.
Do you get like a lot of other footballer boys like message you or? Yeah, you don't need to say names. You don't need to say names.
Yeah, you ain't gonna say names,
Yeah,
but-
don't bait them out.
Any Premier Leagues?
yes, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, that's cool.
that's
Okay, 1 to 10, how many? Or more than 10?
I don't reply to most.
That's fine.
Uh,
How many blue ticks are you seeing in your DMs from footballers?
a few.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't want to put a number on it?
No.
No.
Fair play, I rate
Next question.
Do you have the same opinion about them which other people do? Obviously, that, as they say, every footballer, like male footballer, is like a player, this, that, and the other. Is that your same thought process with them, or?
No, not really. It's just I don't know, like that's a different world, isn't it? Like it's just a complete different world. And half the time it's always the young ones, and it's like, no, not paedophile. Or it's like the retired ones.
Retired ones.
Yeah,
Wow.
retired
Play to them.
I
ones.
really want to know.
Or with wives?
No,
No.
bankrupt.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
But I've had no, I won't say it actually, but there is a
Oh wow.
yeah, but I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know. He
Can't
was
be that
WWE.
famous then.
No, but he was, because someone asked to see my DMs and I just gave him my phone, and he like looked at because you can filter like top
Yeah, of
thing,
course.
yeah, and he filtered on it and he was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "He's no idea who that is."
Older
no
guy, I
idea.
take it.
Innit?
No.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah,
Randy
he's
Orton,
old.
mate.
He is an older guy, but he didn't say anything rude. He was just like, "Hello."
Oh, fair
Okay,
enough.
fair
Fair,
enough.
fair.
It was
Shooting his shot. Can't blame
I'll
him.
tell you what then, someone your age, right? You're 23, you've got a bit of clout.
Yeah.
What does, obviously, look, another reason why we wanted to get females on the pod as well is genuinely because of the audience as well. Like, a lot of girl mates were saying to us, like, one, they're enjoying the conversation between guys because guys generally don't say, I mean, you said it when you first sat down, that guys generally, we talk our truth. We don't chat shit. Yeah, a lot of pods with guys talk a lot of shit. They don't actually say what they mean, etc., etc. And so we're actually gaining quite a large female audience now. And so that's why, again, why I wanted to get females on. So we want to hear your perspective on stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
From the other side. So from someone your age, in the mix, got clout, what does or what should a girl of your age in your situation look for in a guy?
Oh, good question. What I particularly look for is someone who's got like a same ambition and drive.
Okay.
I find that really attractive. I don't want to be with someone that just has a job. I want to be with someone that has a career and sees themselves progressing in a career. That's really attractive for me. And then I do like to laugh.
Okay.
I really like to laugh. So if you're funny, like I fancy Mickey Flanagan. I don't know why.
They do say that you
But
can laugh a
he's
woman
so
into bed. right? That's what they say.
Yeah, I think he's so funny that it like, yeah, so funny for me. Someone who's got ambition, someone that knows where they want to be in 10 years and like just know who they are. I think someone who doubts himself a lot, like I can't be with that. Yeah. But someone who will put me in my place as well, because I do need to be put in my place.
Yeah.
Talking of career though, would you be okay with a man earning less money than you?
I was just about to ask that question.
I'm just curious. You know?
Yeah, money,
Honestly.
yeah, truthfully, obviously it's not the norm, but in my opinion, like, I don't really care, because if I'm doing okay, I like, you see girls and they say like, oh, when I marry, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I can't not work. Like, I would want to have like a part-time job, earning my own income to be able to go to the shop and buy what I want.
Yeah, nice.
So as long as the boy's doing enough that he doesn't need me to lend him money here, there and everywhere, then it doesn't bother me if I earn more than him. As long as he can get by without my
As long as he can still provide, looks after the house or whatever, etc.
Someone who, in my book, isn't working or I don't find attractive. I think you have to have a job and you've got to have something to do in your life. But also someone who earns good money and then spends it silly on like designer tops and stuff, but then can't put money down for a mortgage or anything like that. Then I don't think that's right either. Yeah. But it depends where they are in their lives. Obviously, if you're young and 20, you're not wanting to put a mortgage down, that's fine. And you spend money. But yeah, as long as they're not spending it on stupid stuff.
The girls your age, do you think, I know, again, going back to like sort of the norm thing, where you're just touching on that, we always see it, but is it normal, or like, why is it girls, do you think, generally go for older guys? How old would you go in terms of dating someone?
Age just a number. No,
Tell
I
that to the
don't-
court.
I've been with 30s and
Okay,
I've been
cool.
with 21s. So
When you were... what?
22.
Oh, okay, fine.
Not
fine,
when I was
fine.
23.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget that I'm 22 because I turned in December. But I do think I personally prefer being with an older man because it makes you feel more, it's going to sound so bizarre, but I feel more like feminine and looked after when they're older than me. They've got more life experience. But it's not to say that every 30-year-old is more
Mature, sure,
because
yeah.
I've met some immature 30-year-olds. So
I know one immature 30-year-old.
right there,
Cheers, mate. I knew you was going to look over there. I'm 31 actually, you mug.
even worse.
Cheers.
So you mentioned you focus on being feminine there. Do you reckon that's important? Because obviously I feel like women are losing their identity of being feminine in this day and age. Do you reckon it's very important for a woman to be feminine?
Yeah. Like, especially when I was younger, all I wanted to do is feel feminine. And there was a part of me that felt like I never could be. Right. So for me, feeling feminine and being all like glamorous, to me, that's what I like. Yeah. Not saying that every woman should want to feel feminine, but there is a certain element that I feel like you need to present yourself. Yeah. So crossing your legs, for example, I don't think a woman should sit there with her legs wide open. Like, I would rather see it cross and feel feminine in that way. If that makes sense.
I understand.
So I don't feel like every woman has to be to the degree of feminine, but there's got to be some
feminine traits.
Yeah, like boundaries.
Okay, I hear that.
I was going to touch on that and say, what is feminine? Is that, I can't get it out. Femininity to you. Like, what is that? What does that encompass? Because in today's day and age, very different, right? Like what you said earlier on is interesting. Like girls talk about, again, we mentioned this beforehand. Now, when you ask a girl, like, what's the best traits about you? I'll tell you what, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. It's not, if I say like, what have you really got going for you, right? What's your best traits? I'm interested to hear what you say actually, and then I'll come back to that point.
My best traits, I would say I like to help others. I am driven. And I'm dedicated to whatever I do. That would be my best traits.
Okay, interesting. So the whole point about this, right, is when women these days are asked that question, don't get it wrong, those traits are amazing. But I didn't know what you was going to say. Essentially, we feel as though women today, I'm surprised you said that, because you said about being feminine, is that we think a lot of women are moving towards that and being driven, ambitious, which is amazing, which we want women to be. But I think women are also forgetting the side of being affectionate and lovable and maternal and caring. It's like, no matter how tough you are as a guy, you want that in your woman. Yeah, you want you to be driven and ambitious, but at the same time, we want you to. The
first things that come to your mind weren't them things.
Yeah,
it was the other aspect of it, which is more of a masculine trait. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but.
Women can animate masculine traits.
Absolutely.
We're not saying that. We had a guy on the pod who said exactly that. Women can animate masculine traits, and
I saw
men. Oh, you saw it, right?
Mike, I love that.
Bit shout out to Mike. So, like, but why did you lean towards more the masculine traits as your
first point?
My strengths. Just because, like, I personally think they are my strongest parts about me. Like, if I thought I was very affectionate, and at times I can be with the right person, but I wouldn't say as a woman to the whole of society, they will see my affectionateness. That would be the partner that I'm with, not everyone. Yeah. So what everyone else sees for me is someone that does like to help others, someone that is dedicated, and just I'm driven, and that's still femininity to me. But also, as you say, with my partner, or whatever you want to call him, husband, obviously I don't have one, but I will be affectionate, and I will be someone that they can like lean on, because I do feel like with men, you can't really go to your boy mates and tell them about situations that you can go and tell your girlfriend.
Sure.
It's just not seen as the norm as much. So you have them traits, but they're locked away because that's in your relationship.
Of course,
not to everyone.
I think context is quite important as well. Like, you can ask someone what are your best traits about you, or you can ask someone what makes you a good girlfriend, or what makes you like a good wife as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so very true. Yeah, I could have asked that differently.
If you'd asked it a bit differently,
It would be affectionate.
That's it. Roll it again. No, fair play. No, you made a good point.
Yeah, you explained that really well.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, and digressing slightly, because this has been on the tip of my tongue, and I don't feel like I've ever been in a position to ask it until I had a female on. And as you being a female athlete, female footballer, I think it's very appropriate. And you don't have to answer this, because I understand it might be a difficult question or a touchy subject. So I'll ask it anyway. What are your thoughts on trans women being allowed to compete in female sports?
I don't agree with it.
Okay.
personally.
Neither do I, for the record.
Just in terms of participating, I don't agree with it, because if they've gone through puberty, they are physically built differently to a woman, which can give them a gain. So
Of course.
it's nothing against transgender women. I think they're amazing, but I just don't think that's fair, because they will be able to do certain things different to what I can, because our genetics are different.
Of course.
So yeah, I don't personally.
Cool. I just wanted your opinion, because it's obviously it's easy for me to sit here as a man and say blah 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 blah, but I'd like to understand, because obviously you're feeling the brunt of it. Obviously you might not have been in a situation where it's happened to you personally, but women as a whole are feeling the brunt of trans women competing in women's sports and like smashing world records, winning.
They have just been banned.
It has just been. Is it worldwide ban?
Yeah, they have just been banned.
Well, in every
competing.
sport.
There's so many interviews on this subject, and like Piers Morgan, for example, he goes off on
Love
one.
Piers Morgan.
and it's ludicrous, because they would just sit there and argue. Like he was using the analogy of putting a trans person in front of Mayweather, for example, and the woman's like, yeah, I think that's fine, and he's thinking,
Oh my god.
You're putting them at risk.
Exactly.
At risk.
Exactly. I'm just thinking that's mad. Like
That's
You're
the
brave
actual
enough
point.
right now to get
You
in there,
don't-
yeah.
You don't ever see it the other way around
No.
as much,
No,
but
yeah.
you see it very much that it's a man that's transgendered into a woman playing in women's sport.
Yeah.
You don't really ever hear stories about a woman transgendered into a man and playing
So
in
true,
men's
yeah.
sport.
didn't think about that.
Well, there wouldn't be if you had unfair advantage. It wouldn't be fair. I've seen one with a UFC fight, not a UFC. It was like cage fighting.
Yeah.
And mate, it was fucking.
It's not fair, is it?
She fucked her up, mate. Like bad. Like, but again, that's putting the actual woman's health at risk, life at risk.
Yeah.
Putting her against a biologically born man who's transitioned to a woman, and then putting him into a fight. Well, that's not fair, man.
no, it doesn't matter how
It's
much
ludicrous, isn't it?
testosterone you've taken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You are at a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wanted to ask you that, obviously, because it was always been playing on my mind. But I appreciate the honesty.
It's all right.
Appreciate your honesty on that. And saying that, being a female footballer. How long have you been footballing for? Sorry, I don't even ask.
I've literally played it since I was in year 6, and then went all the way up. And then obviously as soon as I turned 16, I was playing women's football.
And when did you fall in love with it?
I have 3 brothers. There was no chance I couldn't love football. Like, I was one of them people that run onto the pitch at half time, kicking the football. And I'm surprised that I wasn't a goalkeeper, because I always got put in goal, because my brothers took priority, of course. But yeah, I think I've always just known. I've never not known when I didn't love it. So
Right.
I've
that's
just
nice.
always
Okay,
loved
cool.
it. Yeah.
Does anyone else in the family play?
All my
team
brothers did,
Yeah.
but they're older now, and
Yeah.
I think one of them still plays Sunday League, but he's injured, so he hasn't. The other one done all his ligaments and his knee,
wow.
so he couldn't do that. But my oldest brother would be the one that I sort of looked up to. If he watches this, he's gonna literally cringe so much, because we're not like that. But yeah, he's the one I looked up. He played for like Red Hill. He done a little bit at Charlton. So he played quite good standard for like semi-pro. And yeah, that's my brother. That one. That was me.
That's good that you're proud of him, though. So I take it you're the youngest of the whole family.
Yep.
Okay,
With
cool.
3 older brothers.
Protective
Oh, wow.
over you?
Yep. Well, they don't show it, but apparently they are behind closed doors.
Yeah, they would be.
Yeah, that's
But to my face, they are brothers.
Treat you as one of
Yeah,
the lads,
brothers.
basically.
Yeah, that's good. They're
That's
giving you,
all I
they're
can
giving you
say.
thick skin. That's good.
100%.
That's a good thing.
Was you a bit of a tomboy as a girl then?
Yeah, I
as a young girl?
was. I would. And do you know what? Like, not. So when I was younger, I used to wear like T90s, jeans, and an England shirt with Beckham on. That was my fashion sense.
Okay.
But it was a weird feeling, and I done an article on it where, because when I was younger, I had 3 brothers. My mum doesn't wear makeup. I wanted to feel feminine. This is what I sort of touched on.
Yeah.
But I always was told that I want to be a man. I look like a man. Because
Where was you getting this energy from? Like,
just everyone, like boys and girls. It's not just aimed at boys, but it was just the typical. It's a boy sport. It's a man's sport. You know, you shouldn't play it and all things like this. So I felt like I was just fitting into the image of a girl that loved football. That's, you know, I used to wear Astros or, you know, your own clothes day, and thought I had fashion sense. But I just never felt like I could feel feminine. And then as I went into secondary school, and I was obsessed with the idea of feeling pretty. It sounds so stupid. But then I eventually sort of to understand like society and myself, and learned how to do makeup after maybe 5 years. I had the bad looks, and then Well, what was the question?
The question was you a tomboy? Is it?
Oh God, I've really diverted, haven't I?
You're telling us about your growth. It's cool.
But so then I started to feel feminine, and I thought it was just like me.
Oh no, the question was where did you get the energy from? And then you said, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I just felt like that's on me. It was just how I was. I was a bit insecure. I done an article with sexist comments and just sort of said about if you want to feel feminine and play football, like that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
The amount of messages I got saying my daughter feels the same way, like she feels like she can't look pretty. And it actually was like, God, the experience I had, I thought it was just me. And it's resonated with so many people. And it's sad that it does because I genuinely thought it was just a me thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I was a bit of a tomboy, and then I grew into my girlish side. But yeah.
So do you use? Sorry, was you going to ask a question?
I was just going to say you must feel very proud that how big women's football is becoming now.
Yeah. Like especially with the Euros, I think them girls have done women's football such big justice because even just before that, I would have still got loads more hate comments than what I do now. And they haven't just become good footballers overnight. They've been the same sort of footballers that they've been every time. They just got more coverage and on a big platform. And now you see like young boys wearing the England women's team names on their back.
True. Yeah, so true.
It's, as I said, they haven't just got this overnight. When I was younger, I wanted to be that level, but there was no career. English players used to have 2 jobs. There was no money in it. So I was like, okay, like, it's not a career. I've got to go something else. But the girls who won the Euros stuck at that and now are earning good money and they've got a career out of it. So credit to them for doing that and keeping the dream alive. And now you see young girls really having that dream.
Yeah,
our best friend's sister's actually one of the players.
I heard he name dropped it earlier.
Yeah. Shout out Leslie Russo. And
shout out Leslie.
Here's another controversial question. I'd like your opinion on. Do you think women footballers in this current day and age, like for what it's like set up as it is now, do you think women footballers should be paid the same as men?
I was going to lead to this.
I personally don't think you should ever compare because there's things and elements that are the reason why men get paid more.
Yeah.
I think men get paid too much.
I agree.
But if you look at the statistics, they've always had for years 60-odd thousand people going to their games.
Merch they sell.
Yeah. You've got
tickets,
sponsorships. I mean, Tottenham Arsenal's like £200 a ticket. So 60,000 people times that, times the... It makes sense to how they've got all this weight.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Whereas for years, you had hundreds at most to a women's game.
And the tickets are like between...
Not as much sponsorships. Not as much coverage. The money coming in wasn't a lot. Since that Euros, even just the FA Cup, the prize that we won this year, we got to the same point, was a lot more than what it was the year before, just because of the way they done in the Euros.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
That's good.
It's really good.
But they're recognising it and
100%.
acting properly. Yeah, that's good.
But my answer would be, I don't think you can compare. Like, you can't compare because it's...
Can't quantify it.
No, it's
things,
too
yeah.
different. It's too different. And obviously, if the women had the same income coming
Exactly,
in,
yeah.
I think it would be the same
1000%.
money distributed. But
The only reason I ask you that is because I do see certain feminist movements saying, "Oh, it's not fair that women aren't paid the same." But I don't think they understand how the structure has worked out. It's not because they don't want to give them the money.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just that it's not set up correct. Well,
Physically
there
not
isn't the
there,
infrastructure to pay them that money.
I don't think it would be long though until women's
Yeah, I
football.
agree,
I
yeah.
think it's getting there.
Yeah,
It's getting massive.
yeah,
Isn't it?
it's
Massive.
I think most one of my games like 500 people,
Oh wow, okay.
and it wasn't for us though; it's for the other team.
Who's the other team?
Dulwich Hamlet.
Don't know why I asked like I know.
Say, mate.
Oh yeah, I know them. Yeah. We went to a game the other month, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to watch Leslie play.
United versus Tottenham. Yeah, it was Tottenham.
It was
because
Tottenham.
I'm a
Stadium.
Tottenham
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
You're a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
But I tell you
I'm a
what,
gooner.
the stadium was packed.
Yeah, that, for women's
Yeah,
football,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It was absolutely
Women's
packed.
WSL now is like that. It is like that. But obviously with men's football, you have the whole pyramids and I touched it.
That's cool.
Leagues upon leagues of pro, semi-pro, and they still get good numbers even at like conference. You know, so. It's been going for a lot longer than women's football as well. So
of course.
you've had time to build that.
Yeah.
Whereas women's football, I would say though, I didn't think they got enough coverage as they should have, because as I said, they haven't just become these footballers overnight.
Yeah.
When they got the coverage, look at now how many people are interested.
Yeah.
So there's that argument that I would say they should have got a bit more on, because now obviously they are getting the attention. And
Yeah, I agree with that.
very true.
I agree with that. It's crazy how, again, I don't think society was set up back in the day in the 60s, the 50s, the 60s, 70s for women to be glorified as footballers. The society was different, wasn't
Oh,
it?
completely different.
Yeah, so like the
It was
infrastructure.
different 15 years ago.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
yeah.
even when I was younger, it was not.
Yeah, it just wasn't a thing, was
not,
it?
No.
Tell you where it is, or has been a thing for a lot longer, is the United States.
Yeah, they love it.
They've
yeah.
Oh
embraced.
yeah. When you play American teams, it's like different breeds.
Yeah.
There's loads of them all the time. They're such athletes.
Yeah.
But like that's their main sport.
Yeah.
Whereas here,
Netball, innit?
and I'm a great netballer.
Yeah.
But it's not as big. So like in America, I think the women actually get paid more than the men for football.
wow.
Soccer.
Don't quote me on that. Soccer.
Soccer.
Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. But yeah, they do. It's more big out there. So American football, I got offered a scholarship a few times. I never had the balls to do it. But a lot of girl footballers here will go to America
Do you
for a
regret that
scholarship. Yeah, I do.
That's what Lesia did.
She did, yeah.
Yeah, I do
can't remember
regret
what
it.
school
And
she
like,
went to.
when she finished that, that's when she got asked to play for Man U.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for making me regret it even more.
You're still young though, right? So like, what's the average like age career for a woman in football?
I don't know top level, but in my team I have a 40-year-old.
Oh, wow.
She says she's 21, so she's watching this. She's 21. But yeah, and she's the fastest in our team. How
Really?
embarrassing is that? Like I knew I was slow, but a 40-year-old is faster than me.
Of course. I
Yeah.
suppose again, certain things come into play as well that men don't have to think about, as obviously having children and stuff like that. So that obviously stumps your career a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You decide to, if you want children in your early 30s, that's how far your career can
A lot of
possibly
It's
go.
got,
A lot
it's got
of
a
men-
time cap on it.
Yeah.
a lot of men don't even consider that when the talks of women can't play football, but men don't think about what a woman's body goes through.
Of course, yeah.
Even just monthly what it goes through. So yeah,
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, again, I don't think you can. Are you confused? It's...
No. I know what
Did
we're
you
talking
get
about. Yeah, I'm there. I've got it. Don't worry.
Thanks for checking up on that.
But yeah, that.
Ah.
What's that? But that's again, you can't compare women's football to men's
course.
football 'cause it's different.
If you was given the opportunity again to do it, would you go do it?
What, America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to
Yeah.
any American
Yeah, so
colleges
anyone
looking
watching
I
right
think
now.
I'm too old, don't I?
23.
Yeah, I don't think you can go at 23, can you?
Scholarship, college, I don't know.
Yeah, what would you do?
Oh,
What would I
okay.
learn?
Sure you
Oh,
can.
yeah, you can go to uni any
What
age.
would I learn?
Whatever you
Yeah,
want.
but scholarship, they give it to you for free, don't they? So you have to pay for it.
Hey, listen, you never know. Never say never. Stranger things have happened to
We'll
the
shout
sea.
out to any colleges watching right now. Gabby is looking for a position.
That means you're international.
There you go.
So you said you like a guy to have like a 5 to 10 year plan. What have you got in structure then in your mind? Like, how do you want to play this?
Good question. I like that one. I want to have my own clothing line
Oh,
in 10 years' time. The clothing line to be glamorous clothes, but also the football side to it, so girls can do both. I want to have hosted my own event. I have spoken about it briefly. I know exactly what I want to do, but it's a case of getting the money, getting it all planned right. I don't want to just rush the event.
when you say event, do you mean music event?
No,
What do you mean?
not football event.
You weren't specific.
Where did you get music
I
from?
don't know. Someone
can't
says event. I'm
see.
like, where are we going, boys?
I want to have a young girls tournament and then a women's game at the end, so the young girls could be like ball girls, and the whole event be where girls can openly speak out on comments that they've had about playing football in a negative way,
Okay.
but to show
Like
young
that.
girls that regardless of all these comments about we should be in the kitchen and everything,
Yeah.
we're all still playing. My team is like a family at times, and I want the young girls to see that because they're not alone in that situation. So I don't want it to be an event that's all about all the bad comments we've had. I want it to be about we've all overcome them kind of thing.
Yeah, love
So-
that.
Love that.
I
That's
think that'd
good.
be really good, you know.
Thanks.
I know you said that's in the 1 to 10. So like, how soon are you looking to like move on that?
I want to do it within a year,
Okay.
that, and then if it goes well, make it more of a yearly thing.
Okay.
and go around different areas. And so I'm telling you everything now. It'll
Speaking it
be
into existence.
it would all go to a charity. And I'm in two talks of either making my own charity where I basically make money for the local area and put the money into schools and clubs just for girls and women's football as one option, or the second option would be going through a current charity where it's all about raising money for women in sport.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Nice.
It's a really positive movement as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever said this publicly before?
Said it to all my teammates and everyone, and
Never
put it
thought
on
of,
my. I put it on my Instagram, but not the idea. So you got the
Exclusive.
there you go.
Well,
Thank
there you go.
you.
Well, the first part of doing something is speaking it out loud. I
Yeah,
reckon.
that's it.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
And you just did that. So
Yeah.
this is
I
the first
did.
step.
Put that energy out there.
And you got the energy out there. And
If anyone wants to help with it, let me know.
that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to
That's
say.
100%.
If there's someone
That's what it's
watching
about.
this, or someone's watching the clip,
Someone
or,
who could watch this could have the exact same idea, or looking for someone to run it and be the face of it and go, that's what we're looking for.
Oh, I wouldn't be the face. I would want to get someone. Might have to drop you a text. Someone who's obviously played at the top level as well to
Yeah.
sort of just be like a spokesperson. Doesn't mean they have to be there, but just someone that the
Promote
girls
it.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
advocate for it.
do you know what the bad thing is? Because I keep touching on like the bad comments. Don't get me wrong. There's loads of good comments as well. Like there's loads of people that support women's football and think it's good and stuff. But the sad thing is, if you ask any girl that's played football at any age, have they been told they can't play it, they shouldn't play it, they should be here, it's crap, they will say yes. And that's the problem. It's not everyone, but everyone has experienced some form of that.
So how do you... Okay, so being in the game for a little while now, what advice would you give to girls your own age, girls coming up, doing the same thing, running the same life pretty much you have, and also then wanting to keep up with the social media side of things, with the beauty side of things? That's a mad, confusing world to be growing up in now.
busy.
Isn't it? Do you know what I mean, right? So, like, what advice would you give to the young girls today who are experiencing that right now, that are not necessarily able to process those negative comments in a good way, and actually fuck them up a little bit and it throw them off, or give up football because they're getting horrible comments, being called a tomboy, whatever negative comments they're having thrown at them, and it's then therefore putting them off and wanting to go down the glamour side of things, because that's pushed on girls massively to do that, right?
You actually, it's like a known fact that a lot of girls stop playing sport at 16 because that's the point where they start getting into boys.
Sure.
And
makes sense.
you know,
Yeah.
like that's a known fact. But my advice would be, and I know it's a lot easier said than done because I've been there, I've been young, I still am young, but just know what you like and know what you want to get from a situation. So if you want to play football and you want to play at a high level, but you want to go out and look glam, do it. Like, why? I just don't, I've never got my head around people that comment on how someone looks and think it's okay. Like, it's not okay. Like, you might not like the way they look, but you haven't got to tell them because everyone's got their own mindset. And I could sit here and say, oh, it's never got to me, but it might have got to someone else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
sure.
my advice would be, if you want to do something, do it. And if you're getting in your head a little bit, because I do that as well, I write.
Okay. I was going to say, I was about to ask you how do you deal with it.
I write and I tell myself just ignore it. I might step away from Instagram a little bit if it's coming a bit too much. There's elements that you can do. I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never once it's got to me, because it does.
You're only human.
But yeah, it does. It gets to anyone.
So when you say right, sorry, just touch on that.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you have a journal or what?
It's like a notepad,
Okay.
but it's a notepad that's got loads of information in it.
Okay.
It's got my calorie intake.
Okay, fine.
It's got my to-do list at work. It's then also got my own feelings. Like, it's just like a general notepad that I write in.
Yeah, nice.
And it does help me personally. So find their outlet on what gets them over it, because you're gonna get it. Like, it's the 21st century. You're probably going to get hate comments. You're probably
Yeah.
Like,
We've got
everyone
some.
gets it.
You've had
have
it,
you?
yeah.
What was
yeah.
the worst one?
I don't know. I think someone said to me, if you're broke, just say it. It's just like, cool.
I don't think that's that bad.
No, but I'm talking
That's
off the
quite
pod.
funny.
I'm talking
It
about
did
off the
make
pod
me
of what we're
laugh.
doing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In general, I probably had worse, but I don't care.
What
It
they
doesn't
call
bother
that
me.
footballer? Sergio.
Sergio Biscuits.
Biscuits.
Someone says Sergio Risquets because I had the wrist going on. I was like,
That's good. No,
I liked it as well.
Use that.
Sergio Risquets.
That's good. No.
That was good advice. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good advice.
Really good advice. Journaling's important. I find
Yeah.
journaling. I don't do it as much as I'd like to.
I keep hearing about it all the time.
blowing up a
And
little
we
bit
kept saying
now.
as well, we need to boys need to start writing stuff down. Like,
It's easy because you don't have to share how you're really feeling. Because
Yeah.
even as a girl, like me and my friendship group are very talkative, but there are certain things that I don't want people to ever know because
course.
it's just me personally. So writing is my own thoughts to myself.
That's a good point, then, actually. Like, I think boys are actually probably, I don't know. I can probably only talk about this from personal experience. I reckon guys can be a little bit more open than people think they are in their circles.
Yeah.
Like, us boys, me and Yo have known each other most of our lives anyway. So, like, we know pretty much everything about each other. Everything that goes on. If there's a problem, we'll tell each other, like, shit, what's going down, what's happening, da da da. We know everything really that's going on in each other's lives. Are girls not like that? Do girls not talk like
No,
that?
we are.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
We are. Like, me and my friendship group tell each other things that you shouldn't say to each other. But it's just like, personally for me, like, if a comment's got to me, I know what my friends are going to say. They're going to say, oh, fuck them. Like,
of course.
it's not.
True.
So I don't want to tell them it because I know what I'm going to get. But I want to write. I want to write how it actually makes me feel and stuff like that, which, your friends are always going to support you. So, yeah, like, it's more that
I'll
kind
rate
of
that.
thing.
Yeah, I'll rate it.
I think you are right though. I think women are more likely to keep things in, but then I think we're more likely to act out on something that's bothering us, if that makes sense. So statistically, women do keep it in a lot more.
Yeah. But I would say that's changed a lot recently.
think?
Like, where women are a little bit more independent now and everything. Like,
Yeah.
they do
bottle it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look back at, like, when my mum was younger, maybe not. I might not reference her, but there's certain things that you would never say because you're meant to be the woman in the house.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's not a thing anymore. So if you didn't text me back, I would tell you.
Yeah.
Girl, yeah,
Whereas
fair
in
play.
the past, I think women would just allow the man to do that.
It's very true what you're saying.
So
Yeah, society's changed for the better in some ways, for the worse in others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just finding that balance.
And
Isn't it?
technically, women don't even need men anymore. I mean, I say this all the time. This is one of the biggest reasons relationships don't work because now you guys are so independent. They go, well, you know what? If you're not giving me this, fuck this, I'm gone.
That's not.
I will-
I know your message. I know
Yeah,
your
that's-
message, but
yeah.
it's not true.
That statement's
I
not true,
think,
though.
I think it's some sort of respect, yeah.
I don't think it's any respect.
Why?
No, that's not. I can't see that being true.
Okay.
What?
So,
The fact that they're more independent, they don't need a man. Where back in the day, certain cultures, women needed men. Like, if it's
there's
true,
certain
like
there's certain women I know
like,
that
especially in
aren't
the
interested at all in a man.
no, that's fine. But say someone
Robbed your house.
Robbed your house. Who are you calling?
Mum and dad, brothers.
Your brother.
There you go.
Friends.
Men.
Right, brothers,
So you're calling
men.
your brothers your men.
Yeah, but
The
doesn't
first
mean that I need a man in my life.
So who are you calling for help?
I could call the police if I really want to.
And who are they going to send for robbers in your house with armed? They're going
They
to
might send a woman. How do you know?
They're going to send
Big, strong men.
yeah.
Big, strong
you
men.
want a man though, innit? Like, not,
No, but my
Who
personal,
would you want to turn up to a situation like that? Honestly, being real. If you've got trouble, violence, someone's coming to your house, bringing violence to your house, you're scared.
Yeah, obviously a man could probably do a little bit more than what a woman can. But my point is, I do agree what he's saying because women are very independent now and they have their own like careers and stuff.
I agree.
Doesn't necessarily mean that they need to have a man relationship because a lot of times women used to depend on the man to be the source of income, whereas that's not.
Yeah.
I
that's
get what you're
not the
saying.
case.
By the way, I
you're,
did-
okay, you're
I get what you're
basing that
saying.
then
Yeah,
on
on
financial.
financials.
Yeah, so I didn't say they don't need us. I'm saying in some sort of ways, that's why relationships don't work. So yes, they do need a man to help with A, B, and C, but because there is that whole level of financial independence, they have this like it's a thing now where they know
I see what you're
that
saying.
they don't
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
need
But
us
that,
anymore.
that can break down a relationship
Bro, it's
unnecessarily.
statistically proven. Like 80% of marriages are initiated.
By
Divorces
women.
are initiated
Yeah.
by women. College educated is 90, and
Why have
apparently
you looked into this? Why do you know the
I just watch
facts?
a lot of poddies. I watch a lot of poddies.
Who broke
but
your heart?
No one broke my heart.
If you're broke, just say.
Listen, I'm the one who breaks the hearts. Trust me.
Oh, sorry.
Gabby's coming on.
Honestly. But no, but
80%.
but let me just say, on top of that, one of the top 3 reasons why they do end is because of financial situations, like financial reasons. So when it
Yeah, I
comes to
understand what you're
that,
saying.
and that's why I wanted to know, like, how would you deal with someone who earns less than you? Because some women, like when you generalize, don't like that. They want a man that's going to earn either the same amount of them or more.
Yeah, obviously, it would be better if they did. But if they could still provide for themselves, I wouldn't ever hold what they earn in their bank against them as long as they can get by
Yeah,
like,
no-
do you think you should tell your partner how much you've earned?
That's a good question.
That's a really good
Yeah, that's a
question.
really good question.
My dad's always said if you got a tenner, say you got a fiver in your pocket. So he's always said no.
I think it depends. Personally speaking, depend on how long I've been with that person.
No, do you know what?
Like,
I don't think I'd ever declare it.
I don't think
you
I'd
know?
declare it.
You know what?
What about and vice
What, to your
versa?
missus?
No, I'm treating her like the HMRC. I'm not declaring nothing.
She might be. Do you know what? I genuinely think like if you're married together, I think you should each have a personal account and you
I
should
like
have
this
a joint
idea.
account.
Yeah, I like this
No,
idea.
I'm not like that.
Do you know?
No, see, I'd share it. I'd let you know.
I think you
don't
have a
like-
shared account.
Really?
No,
You have a
no,
shared and you have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
You have one
each
shared and you have your
you each
own.
have your own, and then you have like a shared
You
account.
put,
which
I put
can-
an amount in every month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what
Yeah,
you're
I
saying.
don't mind that. I thought you meant just single. Would you sign it? Is it NDA?
Prenup, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
I'd sign a prenup.
Yeah,
I would have
wouldn't.
certain things in place.
I would feel very insulted if my man tells me to sign it,
a good
because then I'm
topic.
like, why?
Very good topic, yeah.
I'm not. Why do you feel like I'm going to try to take you for your money?
Okay.
Like then you don't trust me.
Yeah, that's
who
a
was
fair
handling this?
point.
They got no. Go on.
If you went into business with your best friend, would you still get a contract signed between you?
Not going to lie, don't know what that means.
Right, so
But you got to help me out here.
So you start the clothing business with your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you both put 25
Oh,
grand
so
in.
you're saying then if I got into a marriage and I've got a joint business with them, I then have to.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Do you want to explain it?
Go on.
Okay.
go on.
So you and your best friend say, well, I want to start this clothing business. You were both really passionate about it.
Yeah.
You're best friends for years. You always
Yeah.
got along. You say, let's start a business. And she goes, I want you to sign a contract. We're going to put 50 grand in each. She goes, I want you to sign a contract. She goes, and you go, no, I don't want to sign a contract. Well, no, let's flip it the other way. You want her to sign a contract. And she's like, no, I don't want to sign a contract.
I get it's a smart thing to do.
Why
but
is it a smart thing to do?
Because you've always got that fallback. You can always fall back on the contract. But
She's your best friend, so why would you?
yeah, but this is what I was about to say. I wouldn't go into a business with my best friend if I didn't think that they would not do that. Like
You say that.
People
no,
change though, innit?
People
I've
change.
got a very,
Change,
I've
yeah.
got a
Things change
very.
very quickly.
I get that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm
What if you had a
too.
fallout?
Maybe I'm too nice.
10 years down the line, something went Pete Tong.
I've been
Would you never
friends-
see coming?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
I
not that I
don't
don't trust
know.
my best friend.
Yeah.
I love my best friend.
Thank
But
you.
I'm still protecting. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm still protecting my pocket. Do you know what I'm saying?
I would personally, I know it's, people are probably going to kill me for this, but I would personally never ask my friend, and I would feel offended if my friend asked me because I bet you don't trust me. Even if I fell out with my best friend, I would still not try to con them out of money. I would still say, right, I don't
That's
like
you.
you.
That's
but
you.
let's
Generally
split it.
speaking,
That's
though.
you.
I can't see my friend doing that.
Yeah,
to you,
Your heart's too big.
You've got a pure heart.
Your heart's too
That's
big,
the problem. That can get you hurt.
Do you want to speak to my friend? She will tell you she won't do it. I'm going to back my friend up.
Do you know how people change around money? Everyone changes around
Yeah.
money. You got to be
Yeah.
careful. And honestly, just because the worst thing you can do in life, and I've learned this, is expect other people to behave like you. Because that's one way you get hurt quick.
100%.
You feel like that person would do that to me because I would never do that to them. And do you know what ends up happening? You get fucked over. And you need to protect yourself all times. I know Mason probably would never do it, but I'd still get that contract signed.
Yeah.
How would you feel if he asked you to sign a contract?
Yeah, of course. It's what you do.
Yeah.
Really?
So he doesn't
I'll
trust
be
you. He goes, look, I'm trusting you to go in business with you. Like, so obviously I trust you 100%. But in the event that something went completely wrong, we completely fell out, and we go, right, we need to shut the business down. My interest is protected.
Yeah.
So would
And
you
so
ask
you do it amicably.
would you ask your missus to sign?
Yes.
I don't know.
I
Because
would
I'm massive-
100%.
What's the
I'm
difference
about-
between asking your missus and your best friend?
We're talking about prenups, yeah?
Yeah.
Prenup
Prenup
signing
isn't
it.
necessarily a bad thing though. Like it doesn't have to mean you're not getting absolutely nothing. It's just
Yeah.
certain things in place in a way that protects you and the opposite person. So for example, if my dad is going to leave me something through inheritance, I could say you're not entitled for A, B, and C, which I think personally she should understand or he should understand. It's a two-way thing. But to say from this moment onwards, like if we build this together, we are entitled for this. It's not to say you're not getting anything. It's just to be able to protect both sides. And if it's done in a certain way and it's all been written out in a certain way, then I think it's okay. Otherwise, I'm with you. If it's you're not getting nothing, I think that's wrong as well.
Yeah.
We can flip it like this. You're a semi-pro or pro?
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro footballer. You might be the breadwinner in your relationship. You may be the one bringing in the wedge, right? Just for instance, yeah? So then you've got this guy that comes into your life, you fall in love with him, he doesn't earn as much as you, and then he wants to get married. So it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. And then he wants to get married. And then you should really want to get a prenup, him to sign a prenup, because he can take half your money.
I get what you're saying, and it is the smart thing, but I just feel like it's an insult to the person
get it,
you're
'cause
with.
it's-
I know what you're saying. I do know what
Like
you're
you
saying.
Where's the
should,
trust then? Like, where's the
yeah,
trust?
like you should never. And if you're like your best friend point, right?
Yeah.
When you get into a marriage and you get into a relationship, you don't question their trust straight away, but you doing that is questioning someone's trust. That's what I don't get. Like you are questioning their and if you think that they are wifey material or husband material, wifey just made me feel, I got the ick. I'm sorry. But if you think that you can marry them, and same with your friendship, if you think that you're best friend for life, and they do it, that says more on them than it does you. And I really can't see any of my mates, like I've got a good friendship group of mates, and I can't see it ever riding that way.
He's just a
I know what you're saying.
I've got the best-
I know, do you know what?
Yeah.
That is with all good intentions in what you're saying, and I hear it that you've got a good heart, but unfortunately, people can be arseholes. Yeah,
I know.
I'm not saying that they will.
yeah,
I
we're not
know.
saying they
I'm
will.
not saying your friends would do you that.
Maybe I will
It's
be
just-
signing a contract later.
Bro, even with my old man, like we do stuff together. I'm like, I want this to be written down. I want this and this. Like, and he's like, respect that. He goes, that's how it needs to be because you do everything for a gentleman's
Isn't that
agreement.
sad, though?
I don't think it is.
But isn't that
I know what
sad
you're
that we
saying,
feel
in a
like
way, you have to do that.
we feel like we have to do it?
Would
You can't trust people.
But that's the world
Would
we
you
live in.
rather?
I know, but
always
it's just
been that way,
sad,
though.
isn't it?
But you're looking at it from best case scenario. It's generally speaking always the worst case scenario
Yeah.
that does end up.
And if you was
happening.
right, the statistics would be in your favour. There's in America 400,000 divorces. No, 200,000
marriages here.
marriages.
We know all these facts. It's really
We've all been hurt.
It's like it's like Wikipedia.
I want you back. Fuck off.
Well, yeah, 200,000 marriages a year, 400,000 divorces. The statistics don't work in your favour.
Yeah, but that's just. See, I've never had a boyfriend. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, never had a boyfriend. And
Why
all
is
my
that?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I ask why?
Let's get into that.
You tell me.
I can imagine, other than, I don't know, I can imagine for someone like you, unless they're normally high profile, but even then, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a man and they've got good confidence. I can imagine to most guys, you could be quite intimidating.
was
That
gonna
is-
ask
That's a
this.
compliment, by the way.
That's
I was gonna
that's
ask
a
this
compliment.
question.
That's absolutely a
Thank
compliment. Because you hold your own, you hold yourself very well generally, you've done well for yourself, you're quite established, like you know what you're about, you know what you want. You've just mentioned your own 10-year plan there. Most guys ain't got a fucking clue who they are. Do you know, most people haven't got a clue what they are. So I can imagine to most guys,
Yeah.
you are probably you could be quite intimidating to
I could
a
be
man who's not a
nasty.
man. That might not be the reason. You might turn around and say, no, I'm fucking picky and like I know what I like in a man and that's it.
All my friends think that my first boyfriend will be my husband because
That's
I
nice.
am quite picky.
That's nice.
But obviously, I have seen people like, and I like them more than they like me. Like it does happen. Like yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Like at the minute, I'm just not really bothered. I don't think I've ever really been bothered. If it comes, it comes.
Yeah.
Fair.
But there has been time I do get obsessed with people. It's really bad. Like, but then as soon as I get over it, I am done.
They're like dead to you.
Yeah,
They
I'm
don't
like,
exist.
But it's not even anything that they've done in particularly. It's just I'm over that obsession,
Just done with it, yeah.
and then it's done.
Wow, okay.
So I've never actually really liked someone, I would say, either, because I've never
You've never liked someone.
No, don't really
properly,
yeah.
properly, because I've always been able to get over everything, and I don't look back at everyone I've seen and gone, I can see a relationship with them.
What's like the longest
enough.
period you've seen someone then, just out of curiosity? You don't answer that.
4 months.
That's all right. That's not bad.
Is it not bad? I thought it was quite low.
I don't think that's so bad.
I've met a few families as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
That's good.
done all that
It
stage.
is typically after that 4-6, maybe you can't really give it a time period, but after that time frame where people start actually showing their real face as well. So
Yeah.
technically, that's where you like in the beginning, everything's exciting. We've all done it. You've seen someone, I've seen someone off the ground and go, "Yeah, girlfriend, I want to wife her," and then I don't know, maybe get to meet him and you're just like, "No, it's not quite there," but. Maybe after 4-6 months, you start to see
That's right.
the fundamentals of like, is this
I've
actually
seen
Is
going
this
to
people
work?
actually
say
gonna
that.
work?
Is
Yeah.
that-
Is this
Stop
like real?
going after girls or guys that you find just because you look at and you find them really attractive. Like you need to find someone who fits into your life, like your
It's that
lifestyle, what your
foundation, yeah.
hobbies, what you want to do, like
Someone who stimulates your mind.
completely.
100%.
Like, do you know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
you know, the one thing that's bad with me is I know that, but I still get trapped into just going for someone I like. And I'll either be talking to them, thinking I like them, going, I can't see myself with them. but they are still entertain. And I'm like, why am I entertaining something that I can't see anything progressing with? But I just feel like it's because I'm young.
We all do that as well.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is? You like the idea of having
Yeah,
them.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm a victim of that. I think we all
Potential,
are.
you look and think,
You look,
yeah,
I like the idea.
She could be.
I like
be.
the idea of her.
He's
You don't
TBC.
you don't manage your expectations
No,
like that,
I
innit?
mean, and you
Yeah.
ignore the red flags as well.
Yeah.
But then, do you think we look too much into it? Because this is what I've been batting in my head.
We said that, didn't we?
Like, I do think that all this game playing and, like you said, you can't double text someone. Like,
it's
true.
You're
No,
over.
right.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
But we're just
Yeah.
overthinking it. If you really like someone and they liked you, double texting is nothing.
Yeah, that's
Like,
be natural,
nothing.
yeah. No, you're
And
right.
like, I wish I went back to. I know it sounds stupid because obviously in the '60s, women's football wasn't a thing. But I wish I was in that era where you had like gentlemen still, and you just met someone at a pub.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
meet
Yeah, I love
someone
that. Yeah,
online.
yeah.
Like, because really and truly, imagine going to your grandkids. How did you two meet? Oh, he slid into my DMs.
I think that will be a lot of the case though.
Yeah,
It
it is, yeah.
will be like.
Nearly every girl I've got kind of semi-serious with has all been natural. Never through,
Really?
never through Insta.
I think same.
You're
No,
lucky.
same, you know.
I swear, all
No,
of them.
same.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what? Three encounters, three of them the same. You're
Yeah.
right.
The
Yeah,
last
same.
3 girls I've actually met, I've never spoke to one DM first. It was all natural.
See, I'm the opposite. Everyone, and I don't know where you meet. I just tapped it again. I don't know where you meet people. Like,
in Moo Moo's Maidstone, Kent's hottest nightclub.
no, but I do go out, and obviously, yeah, I go to the typical places, but never have I gone out and thought he's yeah, wow. Do you know what I mean?
It
I
is
just you
difficult, it
just
is
don't.
I feel like
never had
I
that.
honestly don't think that guys know how to approach girls these days. though.
and if they do, their game is weak.
I was
Very
gonna
I mean,
weak.
say-
they know that they will approach,
Oh yeah.
but they don't know how to talk to a girl or
Yeah.
talk to a woman.
But
They've got no
mate,
idea.
if a girl fancies you, though, sometimes you could just
You just
waffle
say
and they
it.
don't
Yeah,
mind.
it's true. That's so
that
true.
first, like, if you walk over to a girl and she just loves the way you look,
don't
you
know.
could
How-
say,
How
I
do
dunno.
you know as a boy?
I just
how do
think-
you know a girl's interested?
Bec-
How do you know when to
the eyes,
approach?
chica.
They
never lie.
Yeah, they never lie.
The eyes don't lie.
So that's my problem. I don't look at any boy like
There you go,
that.
then.
So I might just start going.
What did I say earlier?
would you
I bet
ever?
you're quite intimidating to a guy. A guy will probably look at you on a night out and think, "Oh, I got no chance of that, bro."
No, but I do.
Do you know
like-
your blue tick probably scares guys away?
Yeah, but not everyone
But we're
knows
talking
I've
in
got the
person
blue
meeting, though.
tick.
They don't know that,
Yeah.
really.
You forget about that. You think people don't know you when you're out. They'll know who you are before they approach you or they see you. People
Well,
are
I
stupid.
had a DJ come up to me Saturday, a 40-year-old DJ, God knows his name, showing me his Spotify and told me to follow it. And yeah, that is the type of character
See what I mean?
I get.
Yeah, that's
come up to
40-year-olds.
me.
That's the.
Exactly. So 40-year-old should have more game than a 25.
Oh, no.
Do you have any game?
No.
right.
Like,
I reckon Kieran
when I say
has got the best
DJ,
chat in the world if he wanted to. Do you know
When
what I
I-
mean?
when
Kieran's
I-
been to our beef for though, bro.
when I say DJ, he probably had like 4 followers. or
SoundCloud,
something like that.
SoundCloud
This
DJ,
is, do
innit?
you know, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't get anyone, and anyone I find attractive, I might look at and go to my friend, oh, he's really good looking. No.
Well, they don't approach you.
No.
Not on a
Would-
night
would
out,
you
they
not-
don't approach.
That's boys are
What's
scared.
your face on a night out though? Face like thunder.
No, I don't think I have a natural bitch face. Sometimes I do, but I think I do tend to like my friend's really funny. So I
Would
just
you
always laugh.
approach a guy on a night out if you liked
No.
him? Is it
No.
just? Is it
Oh
just?
my
Why
God.
not?
Because the game. Because the game. Right.
No,
Because the game.
I'm overthinking it. No, it's just I would imagine they weren't interested. I know boys have to
So
deal
you're
with
scared of
that,
rejection?
but it's
Fear of rejection.
imagine, but it's not in my eyes. It's not seen so bad if a boy goes up to
Yeah.
as a girl. If I walked up to someone and they was like, "Sorry, no,"
I
I
don't
would
think
feel
I personally like it if a girl approached me.
really.
You,
I
would,
do.
you
I
wouldn't.
do.
Just, I think that's bollocks.
Why?
you
I
know.
think-
Honestly.
I
Who is
loved
sitting
it.
there like,
That's
"You're
so
right."
I said to her,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Got some balls come over and say, "Oh, girls, he's like, you're gonna come say hello to me or not?" I'm like, "Wow, you got more balls than I have."
Especially
Like,
when
fair
you're
play.
with our group and they come over to your group, you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? You got some balls on you.
Yeah,
bro.
innit?
I think it depends how it's done. If it's done in like a sweet way, it's nice. If it's like fucking come here, son, I'll be like fucking hell, darling. Like,
What birds have you got approaching you, bro? Like,
I'm from Essex, mate. They're like, you come here, I'm sitting on your face. I'm like, come on.
It was actually she played against that.
Yeah, brother, I told you, 5'11", I've dated, mate. It's mad.
No, but I don't know. I just don't.
Throw
like
me
it.
about.
I think eye contact. If someone looks at me twice, I'm over. That's me.
Really?
Twice. If I catch
Only
eyes on
two
them
looks?
twice, 2 looks and I'm there.
Really?
Yeah, 2 looks.
That's quite. That could be accident.
Twice, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Once.
An accident.
Once could be looking around.
One,
No,
yeah.
one.
You know what I mean?
No,
you-
Who's here tonight? You know what I mean?
There's a strategy to it.
She's
One.
actually boss-eyed. She's not looking at you.
I'm dead.
I'm dead. It's the energy, though, isn't it? Even
tell.
Go off
before,
someone's vibe, man,
bro,
someone's
even
energy.
before someone says something to you, like, don't forget. Sometimes you just look and you feel the
Yeah.
energy. So body language and like
Yeah, yeah,
energy is a
yeah,
real
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You look that way, and
I know.
it-
You know if someone's looking at you or not.
I have a
100%.
question, actually.
Go on then.
I know you're meant to be asking me, but I've got
No,
a
go
big
for it.
question.
Go for it.
So, is it a turn off for a girl to be out a lot?
Yes.
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 Haram.
Again, this is where I'm going wrong.
I don't know. If you're with the girl, yes. If like you're not with her, then do whatever.
But what, like, I go
so-
out for food and drinks all the time, my friends.
Food
Oh,
is
no, no,
different.
it's
Food is
different. I thought you meant going to the
If you're in the
club.
club,
I don't like
if you're in the
that.
club on a table every weekend,
That's it.
That's a red flag.
See you
It's a
later.
red flag,
Get
yeah.
out.
If you flip the narrative and it was the other way around, where women always came to men, right? Women approaches men, men don't approach women. Would you be okay with your man going into an environment where there's literally going to be hundreds of women that are going to just be throwing themselves at him throughout the whole night?
Oh, good question. I used to always say I'm not a jealous person, but I do think I have jealousy in me, which is not a good trait. So it depends
can be
how
a good trait.
comfortable I am with that person, how much I trust them. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, if I trust them with everything, then any girl can stick it on them because I know that they'll be coming back to me. And I'm not arrogant, but I trust in myself that I'm a good person, that they would want to come back to me, and that any girl can walk up to them.
Yeah.
Any girl's got fair game. They can go up to a boy and say hi, like whatever. They don't know that they've got a relationship, but is that because you was going to flip it the other way around?
No, I'm just saying because that's what happens, right? Like essentially, guys will go out and the guys will go after birds, women, and generally speaking, guys don't like their partners to go out too much because they know they're in this environment where they're intoxicated, and guys are just going to be throwing themselves at them. So
Yeah.
essentially, it's like having a car that you know that's got fully good like lock, but are you going to be happy with someone trying to break into it? You're not.
But you just asked me if I got approached a lot on a night out, and I
Yeah.
don't. So, like, do
But-
you think it's in your head
yeah,
that
but
girls
that's-
get approached so
baffled,
much?
what clubs you going to?
Wait,
I don't go clubbing.
That's maybe why.
Come on,
I go
Moose.
bars.
Let us know you get on.
I same
bars.
prefer
I'm a bar
bars as well.
person.
Definitely.
I do think
I
it's on
like a
the
good
girl to
rooftop
handle
bar.
her own shit though.
Yeah.
Like
Just
even
say
if
I've got a partner.
Yeah,
even if I'm out,
Of
if I had a
course.
missus and we're out together and we're all out, all the group and whatnot, and she went to the bar to get a drink and someone's approaching her,
Of
I thought
course.
she can handle
She
her own.
needs to police
if
her
he
own
crosses
shit.
the line, then
yeah.
that's
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
of course.
intervene. But
Yeah,
if
I
she
say
can
this all
handle,
the
if she
time.
can handle back herself and be like, not like, look, thanks for coming over, but I've got a
You
fella.
don't have to be rude.
It's
just
over
be like,
there. Yeah,
It's
fair
all
enough.
boiling down to trust again, though, because
Yeah.
once you trust that person, you should just trust them to respond
Do you know what I
in
see
the
it
way that
in
you
that
want.
sense? Yeah, if someone's going to cheat on you,
They're gonna
they're
do
going
it.
to cheat on
Yeah.
you. So there's no point
but
sitting
why-
there stressing,
why
blowing
would
up
you
her
maximise
phone
the
and all
risk?
that sort of.
Yeah, I get it.
It's not maximising.
Do you actually want your bird out in clubs every weekend? Yeah.
No, it's not that. But at the same time, like, if she's going to cheat, she's going to
gonna
cheat.
cheat.
No
I
matter
agree,
what.
I
I
agree.
can lay at home watching a movie, like, wait for the call to go and pick her up. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't need to be handing her and be like, where you at? What you doing?
Yeah,
who
but
you
I
with?
agree.
don't
I
think-
like-
I'd still like to minimise that risk.
100%, and like your partner is a representation of you, and I personally wouldn't want my woman to go out every weekend.
No,
of course,
obviously not.
go enjoy
I
it,
want
go
it for
do
me.
that. But there's got to be
what I mean?
there's got to be a nice little balance of that. Personally,
I was about to say, though, that when you do get in a relationship, you wouldn't want to be going out clubbing as much.
It's very true,
But
yeah.
you wouldn't. But I just always keep hearing these, like, men always say, oh, I don't want my missus to be going out every weekend. Well, obviously I'm going to be going out every weekend until I am your missus.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true, yeah.
It's
Agree.
different.
And even then, boys, it's not being funny. Like, sometimes you think, "Do you know what? Fuck off out with your mates. Like, and she's going to think the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's doing my head in this week. Like, go out with your boys. I don't
I'll
like
give
it.
you 20 quid, just
Yeah,
go.
Get a cab and piss off out with your mates. Like,
incoming Pornhub.
No more porn on this. We spoke about
give
it.
that up. Yeah, we give that up. You shouldn't be like just
Until the end of the month,
completely,
yeah? How long is
like,
it?
you need to find a healthy balance. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've
definitely.
always said, you know, our friendship group, you know, we go on about it, whatever, right? And my mates have been in my life all my life, my same friendship group, other than you boys now and things like this. But if you were to split up, then boys are still always going to be there, right? So the boys are still, they're a number one priority. You will be a number one priority, but so are they. Do you know what I mean? And
100%.
vice versa. Like, if the girl was completely just being like, oh, I want to be with you all the time. No,
I hate
like,
that.
I want to miss you.
Agree.
Do you know what I
Agree.
mean? Like,
We
like,
spoke about this.
even though if you got your own place, you got your own house, like, you don't just all of a sudden you're in together. No. Go and have a couple of nights away to each other. Like, do your own thing, have your own peace. Like, you just want to come home and not talk to anyone, or she wants to go to the gym or go out with the girls to something to eat. And you think, do you know what? I ain't seen her for 2 days now. I can't fucking wait to see her on Thursday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you've got to have that balance of
Yeah.
babe,
You've
I'm
got
going
to
out
be
with
okay
boys.
to be missed as well. Like that's when the heart grows fonder.
It's true though.
It's
It's
true.
so true.
But I know so many people that get in relationships and just go AWOL.
Yeah.
I
Bitch
hate
their
it.
mates.
I hate
Oh,
it.
I hate people.
And-
like
Bro, I've
that.
had
Do you know-
friends do that.
Hate
that are
it.
still
Do you
doing
know
it.
what the common thing is? It's normally the first relationship. Like I can sit here and say I would always give my friends time and myself time, but I know that when I fall head over heels, I will want to see them a lot in the honeymoon stage.
Yeah, of course.
and then
Sure.
and then it goes more natural. But I think your point is right. Like your friends have always been there.
My boys come first.
You don't know if this person's going to be in your life for a year, 2 years, or forever.
Absolutely.
So why are you going to start choosing them over the people that have always been there?
Amen.
But it's easy to get like blindsided.
You don't
Of
really
course
think
it is.
about
Yeah, of course
so
it is.
easy. Like,
You've got to be conscious of it.
yeah, you do. You have to kind of plan to see your friends because otherwise you can just get wrapped up.
Like, what are you doing
Yeah.
weekend with the missus?
I'd be pushing. I'd be
right,
pushing my bird to see her friends. Why
So would I.
Why
Yeah,
see your
yeah,
friends
yeah.
this weekend? Do you
Go
know what
and
I'm
see
saying?
your mates.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think
Go.
that comes with experience. And
It's not that I
maturity.
don't want to see you. It's just you need to have a relationship with your friends.
But do you know if my
Sorry?
girl had a problem in the early stages with my friends, I'd ditch the girl. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have
Thousand
that.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm the same. That I feel like my friends are so important to me that if
Yeah.
they didn't like the person I was with, it would.
It'd be a
It
problem.
will,
Yeah, it would be a
and
problem.
it will
Yeah, it
give
would be a
me,
problem.
it will give me the ick.
Yeah. I'd be a bit weirded out as well. Like these
Yeah.
girls that just don't
Like,
do
what?
anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really.
She was going, I don't like your
go
friends.
gym. I don't-
You know what?
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
go.
another thing
You
for
gotta
me.
go.
Girls that don't have other girlfriends,
That's a problem, isn't it?
To me, it's just why. It's like, don't get wrong. There probably are girls out there that are absolutely lovely and they just don't have any girlfriend. Like they probably moved around or whatever, and nothing.
Sure.
But the girls that I know that don't have girlfriends, I tend to be people that do stir things that
Yeah.
probably
There's a common
can't
denominator.
trust.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
catch,
Probably
yeah.
theme there
Can't-
somewhere.
Like, and me and my friends, we say it all the time. Like, there's 6 of us in the group. We've been friends for years.
Nice group.
Not fallen out. Obviously, we've had our arguments, but we've not fallen out massively at all. And we say it's rare. It's rare to have the friendships that we've got. Like,
Love
because
that.
people do very much in girls. It is a competition at times. It's also comparison. But me and my friendship groups, like, I literally am normally at my best friend's house every week. Her dad even goes to me, "You got a key? Do you want me to get you a key?" Like,
I love
just
that.
to live in the house. And then I'm going on holiday with them. I'm going on holiday with like their like family and going on. Like we're very lucky to have the friendship.
Are
group
they
we
special?
have.
That
Are they in relationships or are they all single?
3 of them are.
Three of
Three
them
of them
are.
are in relationships.
And what are they like with like giving time to their partner and you guys? Is it quite balanced or
Yeah, balance. Like
nice?
again, I'm obviously the only one who's never had a relationship, but there have been times where they have been a little bit more one-on-one with their boyfriends, but I think that was just where it's like first relationships,
Yeah,
it's
of course.
honeymoon
Yeah.
stage. But me and my friends, even if I don't see one of them that's in a relationship for a month or whatever, we talk every day.
Yeah.
We talk every day.
Yeah.
So it's never been a problem in our friendship group.
Here's a good question off the back of that then.
Go on.
Just to sort of summarise all this. When it comes to dating someone, yeah, and you're going out on your sort of first dates with someone, where's good places, bad places? Like what's cool, what's not? Like, is it important for you to be going, you want to be going, you're going Hakkasan or XYZ, or you rather someone go to the beach for the day or go and have coffee, lunch and like actually talk and get to know like what's important to you?
Gonna feel like a gold digger, aren't I? I personally do like to be wined and dined, but it doesn't mean I
Aussies
have to be.
Be at one.
It doesn't mean I have to be wined and dined in a place. I've been on a first date at Be at One and enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Like that's fine. I'm not really picky on that front. But if someone obviously did say, "I'll take you to Craigolino's," and I go, it's like fancy and it's nice. But sometimes
What's the name of this restaurant, sorry?
Craigolino's.
lovely restaurant.
But
It's a lovely restaurant.
when I go places like that, sometimes I do feel like it's a bit much on the first date.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
So it depends. Like it is. I do like to be wine and dine. I do like an activity, but I feel like sometimes the activity takes it away from you getting to know each other. If I'm playing golf, you can't. What's your name? Gabriella. Bang. Do you know what I mean? You can't really talk. So I like to have a drink. I'm not
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
bad
with
on
you.
having food in front of someone. Like some girls don't like doing that on the first date. I literally can eat
I
2
think that's
meals.
weird.
Yeah, I want to see your appetite. Eat.
Oh.
I love watching someone eat and enjoy their food.
My friend-
boy or girl. Do you know what I mean?
My friend laughs her head
You
off.
saved that with a boy or girl there, bro. Like, what did you eat?
My friend laughs because we went to a restaurant once and 2 boys. It was only friends, but I was starving and I was sitting there for about 10 minutes going, do I get the katsu curry or do I get the chicken noodles? Grace, what do I get? Katsu curry. I don't know. I ended up getting both meals and eating both.
Good girl.
And
Yeah.
even the boys were like,
Fair
fair
play.
play.
I love it.
I'm sorry, I'm starving.
And you clean both of them.
Yeah.
that.
I can eat a lot. I can
good.
eat a lot, but also I can also not eat a lot.
Yeah, but
Like,
you're
if I'm not
active, aren't
hungry.
you?
Yeah,
You're more
sure.
active than the average girl, I'd say, right? How many
Yeah.
times do you do training a week?
3 times a week.
And then you play a game once a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
you
that's
don't
where
do
you got the appetite. Your metabolism's
Oh,
mad
but
quick.
like at the minute I'm on healthy eating where I don't eat so much during the week and I feel cleaner for it because
Okay.
I eat crap. That's my problem. Like I go into the snack jar and get crisps and chocolate and sweets.
all bad
I
for
don't go in the snack jar and
get
think, oh, let's make a lunch.
Yeah.
I just eat crap. So I now go on a diet Monday to Friday and then weekends I do
That's
what I
good.
want.
That's
nice. That's
disciplined.
that's
Yeah, that's very good.
Have you ever had any problems with eating before? Has that ever been an issue in your life?
No, I feel like I've stayed the same weight as well, like my whole life. Like, I don't feel like there's times where I'm a bit podgier and then times where I'm a bit slimmer, but I've always been the same size. Like, I've never really had problems. My friend is got everything wrong with her. I'm not.
Intolerances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go out for a meal. Can I get this? But I'm gluten intolerant, dairy intolerant. I can't have this.
no
Can't have.
way.
And I just sit there, and then she goes, "Has that got dairy in it? It's got egg in it." Can't have
I
it.
could be a bird like that.
But she but she's not like it's so funny now because it's just so. And she actually, we went to an Italian, and this is when she just got told that she's got all these intolerances. Oh, she's gonna hate me for saying this. I'm literally telling no lie. But she took her own pasta. So-
Wow.
Oh, bless her, man. I feel for her.
And he went, "We've got vegan pasta, it's fine."
Please don't ever bring her to
In
my
a little
restaurant.
plastic wallet.
Never.
Oh, she's so cute. By the way, I love you. I didn't mean. I should say her name. Swipe that.
beep it,
Do not
beep
say
it,
her name.
We'll beep it. It's
Say her
fine.
name.
We
Do
won't
not
say
her
no.
name.
It's cool.
But
It's
she
cool.
tells everyone anyway. But just in case.
might not.
Eating habits, could you be with someone like so you everything, yeah? You're not like vegetarian, pescatarian, all that.
No,
right,
no,
okay,
no.
cool. Could you be with someone that had different
Really?
eating habits? I don't think I
Why?
could either.
Why?
Why does that
Because
matter?
I want to enjoy. Food is like the key to my heart, mate. Like
But she
I
can
want to
still eat
enjoy
on
my
the
food
menu.
with you. Do you know what I mean?
But
I want to.
she can eat on the menu.
Imagine
Cheaper date, bro. What are you
Imagine
talking about?
let's go travelling to Thailand. Do you think these guys are going to accommodate for?
Yeah, but she can eat things that wouldn't have egg or milk in it. She can eat like she doesn't have to go for a pasta, which has got it in
Unless
it.
it's
Okay,
You
so we
have
go.
to get
I want
vegan.
to take you one day
Rome, yeah.
Rome or Venice. You reckon
They do vegan pastas,
vegan? That's different. Vegan.
but she can have that with no egg in it.
You reckon they do that?
If you don't eat meat though, then you
That's what a lot of it is. She has to eat
I think there's
vegan
worse
pasta.
red flags.
She doesn't
than
eat
all
meat
this.
either.
Isn't it?
I just
Like,
can't mean.
talk about me being fussy. That's what I'm saying. If a girl
Joseph
is
is the worst,
intolerant,
100%.
intolerant, something that she cannot
Oh
control.
no, intolerance. That's different.
But she is intolerant.
Oh, okay, then bless
Or
her.
she's
That's
What,
got
is she vegan as well?
gluten-free. She's not vegan, but because a lot of the vegan stuff is the gluten stuff. But you're saying that if someone that can't control their intolerances, ick.
It's not Nick. It's not Nick. I just wouldn't get with him.
That's
He'll chop him,
ludicrous.
so he won't get with him.
That is ludicrous.
Preference.
That's
I
like,
wouldn't even ask. What do you do
Yeah.
after? them?
You're
Like,
on the first date. That's like, God, I don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, you know what? You're not getting a second date.
Joseph
aren't
has
you?
a fucking checklist, mate. You're joking. He has a
you're
checklist.
mad, bro.
I think that is too picky.
But why not?
Because I'm not being fun. If you're dating someone and you like them and you really like them,
I wouldn't
And you
get
go
to
on
like
a
that
date.
close enough.
That's how he approaches them on a
And
night
you
out. He goes,
go-
what's your intolerance?
What's your eating habits?
It goes to them. Sorry, I just need to check something. Are you intolerant? Sorry.
I think that's a great opener.
No,
is, yeah.
like,
Do you have
that
any
is the most bizarre
intolerances?
thing I think I've ever heard.
But you're
No.
making it out like it would be the deciding factor whether I wouldn't get that close to them to like.
But why does
What
it
happens if they
matter?
didn't tell you?
Why does
I'd
it
find
matter?
out. I'm taking that for food, didn't I?
She
Yeah,
might
but
have,
they,
like,
they
been
might
like-
just say to the waiter, "Can I just have no eggs?"
This is why you
How
just
would
go
you
to
know?
be at one, bruv. You don't go to this.
She's got you, Rev. She's
Right,
got you.
yeah.
She's got you. She's got you.
I just think that's the most ridiculous. Sorry, but it's
That's fine. No,
ridiculous.
that's fine.
Like, how can you say on someone you won't get with them because they're intolerant?
It's not saying I won't get with them. I just wouldn't
That-
entertain it anyway. It's not that I wouldn't get with them. I wouldn't entertain it.
That's rare.
What is she
Yeah.
Okay, tell you what.
Sorry, I'm so
I know.
amazed
I tell you.
by
My brother goes out of a pescatarian. He was
That's my dad.
yeah, and I said to him all the time, I don't know how you do it. I would never be able to do it.
What's that? Just fish.
They
They
eat
don't
fish.
eat just fish.
But there's
I like
always
fish.
fish
Yeah,
on
but
the menu.
he doesn't get to eat meat 5 days a week because she
You
cooks,
can't cook 2 different meals.
can't
in the
cook
same
two meals,
kitchen.
so he has to eat fish 5 days a week.
You're not
Well,
chef
then,
it himself?
maybe just cook 2 separate meals then.
Long.
That's what I mean. That's I think
What if she ticks every single criteria that you're looking
Clearly
for?
she does because he said
But-
yes, but
But-
fucking-
Apart from, there's got to be a catch, bro. No one's perfect.
Yeah, you've always got to like someone for what they also got bad about them. And I don't think intolerance
key
is a
word.
bad
Listen,
trait.
Merc here is intolerant to what?
Cheese.
You had cauliflower cheese on the weekend.
Still eat it, bro.
Just
Don't-
firm it,
don't
innit?
do me favours, though.
Okay. You still eat it? Oh.
Yeah, where was it? Yesterday.
I
You
do
know,
know.
you know, the back of the car. I was like,
That's why.
wait, that's going to play up, you know.
That's
That.
smell like arsehole.
Look,
I pulled that out. That was good. That was good.
it's not that
fiery.
deep.
I
It's
like
not that
Yeah,
deep,
it's what
but I wouldn't let it get that far.
The key word is compromise. Everyone has to compromise
Of course,
in a
there's
relationship.
loads of things someone might
depending
say
on what
about me. Like, I don't like that about him. Fair enough. That's your preference, isn't it?
Yeah, so yeah,
True.
fair.
You know what I'm saying? There's loads of things, probably loads of boxes I don't tick.
Do you like seafood?
Love everything.
Oh, it is.
But
all
this
food.
is my point. Imagine someone says they don't like seafood
Get
and
out.
you love seafood. Would you say, no,
I get.
I'm not interested in
Oh
you
no,
anymore?
seafood. That's cool. I don't care about seafood.
So what's the difference between them saying they can't eat cheese?
Oh, she's
No,
got
you
not,
said, no, wait, hold up. You said they don't eat anything. Gluten, cheese, vegan. That's
No,
a red
I
flag.
said that she's gluten and dairy.
You said vegan as well.
No,
she can
she
eat
eats vegan stuff because she's gluten and dairy.
He's up by the ropes
I
here.
don't know how they.
She's got him on the ropes. She's got him on the ropes.
Next question.
In the bin.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Win.
Go on, man.
I've actually got a question and dial it back a bit more into you.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've got, is it a book cover or something of the sort?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm not taking any credit because it wasn't actually me.
Yeah.
But basically, I done an article with the Daily Mirror.
Daily Mail.
Was it Mirror or Mirror?
I can't remember. I just knew the girl. So
Yeah.
basically, a girl that I used to play football with, sister, contacted me, and she's a journalist, and she saw some of the hate comments that I was getting on social media, and said, "We want to do a piece on you." Didn't think much of it, but I thought, okay, I'll do it. I trust you. I know that you're not going to manipulate the story to be something different.
Of course.
Done the story, and then it kind of escalated. A few other companies were copying the story. That's why I can't remember. I think it's Daily Mirror. And then like a few months later, Dad replied on Twitter saying, interesting read. My daughter's just been bullied at school for playing football, and she won't play now.
Oh, wow.
So I replied saying, well, is there anything that I can do? Let me know. And he tweeted
How old
it.
was she?
I think she's 7.
Okay,
Wow.
young. Yeah,
I think
young.
she was 6
Getting
when she
bullied at
got.
that age.
I think she was
Innit?
6 when
Fucking
she
hate it.
got bullied, but I think she's 7 now. But don't quote me on that again because I've got the worst memory. But she is definitely
She's young. Yeah, sure.
And yeah, so I retweeted it because at the time I had like 40,000 followers on in Twitter, and I thought someone might see it.
Yeah, of course.
And loads of dads and girls were responding to it like, I'm really sorry that your daughter's gone through this. I've got a daughter, she's playing, and like sending photos of their kids and stuff, which was lovely, and he was like happy with that. He asked when I was playing, and I said, oh, I'm playing against Dartford on this date, whatever it was, and she comes to the game.
Oh, nice.
And I met her, and from that tweet, she's now like part of the Dartford family. They're like mascots more or less all the time.
Love
She's
that.
very much involved with her game too, which is a massive but brilliant campaign, which is all to support women's football. She got invited to London Seaward FC to be mascots with her and her sisters. She got invited to West Ham's training ground and sort of played a little bit of football with them. She's now back playing. So the book is called Ella Plays Football, and it's basically our story. So where she got bullied, and then she meets me in the book, and I tell her that she can be whatever she wants to be, and then that's the book. But I'm not taking any
nice.
credit
Love
for
that,
that,
love
other
that.
than being a part of the story. The dad's done the book.
Yeah.
It's all gone through with her game too, and hopefully be out for the school time for when girls go back to school, so they can read.
So
The
sick.
power of social media.
Well
innit?
done.
That's mad.
Well
So
done.
sick.
How does that make you feel?
It's probably one of the proudest things that I've done because I genuinely wasn't expecting much from that situation. Again, I didn't even expect my article to do what it did.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, I thought it was a me thing, feeling that I couldn't look away and I had to fit in a stereotype. I felt I couldn't feel feminine. I had all these sexist comments. I had comments about how I look. I thought it was just me. And then so many people resonated with it. And then to actually meet one of the girls, I had obviously quite a few lovely messages that I saved. But meeting her and now seeing her play, and I get her dad sent me a video of her wearing a headband, which is probably about this big, and he goes, she wanted to wear a headband because you wear a headband.
Oh, lovely.
Don't know where she got the big headband from though, because all my little headbands are tiny. But no, she's back playing now, and like I get tagged in like photos that she takes, and she done a TikTok where she like changes into me at the end of it.
Oh, wow.
But no, it's just the main thing is that she's playing football again. She's doing it with a
Good
smile on
girl.
her
Fair play to her.
face, and hopefully the book will encourage other young girls.
That's lovely.
Love that.
Well done.
Thanks.
And what's the book called?
Ella plays football.
Ella Plays Football.
Yeah.
We'll go
Rate
cop
that.
your copy of that book, whoever's interested in football. Boys, I think we're going to wrap it up there. I think
Yeah, that was a nice way to end, actually.
That was a lovely way to end.
Yeah.
Lovely
Thanks,
message.
Rate
And
that.
is there anything you want to say to any young girls out there watching you on here today?
Just if you want to play football, play it, and don't feel like you ever got to feel a certain way or look a certain way. Just be you.
Love that.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Nice message.
Lovely message. Well, thank you very much for coming
Thanks,
on.
Thank you
Gabby.
for
It's a
having
You was
pleasure.
a great first female guest to have on.
For sure.
Fit the pod perfectly. And guys, if you're new around here and you've made it this far, thank you very much. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And we'll see you in the next. Cheers.
Lovely.
Peace.